EasiNote Basic Training, Tutorial 3, Pens, Adding Text and Handwriting Recognition. There are a variety of pen styles. If you click on the pen icon here, you'll see that it brings up a variety to choose from. You have your regular pen, which you can select a different color and actually just write on the screen. You've also got a highlighter, which if you change the thickness of the line, you can actually highlight things on the screen. You've also got a paintbrush. Once again, if you change the thickness, you're able to paint information on the screen. And you have a broad paintbrush. And once again, you're able to drag that onto the screen as well. There's also a little interesting one here, which is sort of a disappearing spiral that appears here on the screen. So once again, to change the thickness, just move this little dot back and forth, and you can see it's changing the thickness of the line. To change the color, just select the color that you want, and you see it will be highlighted in red. Now, if for some reason I wanted to move this around the screen, you'll see there's an icon here called Select. If I tap on that, and then actually tap on the thing that I want to move, that little hand will allow me to shift this anywhere that I want to on the screen. I've also got the ability to make it bigger or smaller by pulling on those white corners, and I'm able to change it by squishing it up or making it broader by pulling on those white circles. I can also rotate it by pulling on that little curve that's at the top. I do have the ability here, if I come to that little icon, once again to change the thickness of that line if I want to make it thicker or thinner. I can also come back and decide to change the color of the line, so I'm able to do that if I wish. I can also do a direct copy of that line, so I can have as many copies of that line as I want to. You've also got the ability here with the Edit menu to change I can make it a combination where if I drag a circle around those, they're now combined. I can then come back and revoke that combination, and there'll be individual items once again. You can also add these, a vertical, you can see there. I can add a horizontal left. I can add these to the resource bank. We'll look at this later. I can also replay this page. If I hit replay and hit that button there, that's the play button, this will start to draw that particular shape that we just did on the screen and move it wherever it's been moved. I can make it bigger or smaller, as you can see. And I can also change the proportion, squish it up or elongate it. And we'll also see that I'm rotating it as well. And it will change color too. So it will show you that it's stopped when you see this little arrowhead appear. To replay it again, just select that. To stop it altogether, you can hit the stop button. To close this down, just hit this button here and it will bring me back to the original page. Now with the erasers, here's the eraser that's here. If I have written something with a pen and only want to erase the pen, I select this first icon, and this will allow me to erase as much or as little of that page as I want. If I want to erase both pens and also any typed text, I can use the second one in, and you'll see that this will allow me to circle things with that dotted line, and it will remove whatever's on the screen. I do have down below here the undo button, so if I do want to bring things back, I can do that and it will come back there as well. The last icon in the erasers is clear, and what this does is clears everything from the page, including the pens and any typed text or any icons that I placed on the page clip art. And just by dragging this over to that, it will remove everything from the page. Once again, I can hit the undo button if I do need to bring things back if I've made a mistake. Adding type text to the page, you'll see that there's a T here. When you click on that, it gives you two options. The first one here is typed text, which you'd use your keyboard to type on the screen. The second one is handwriting recognition. So we're going to use this type text first. I need to select that, and then I need to, you can notice this little T with a dotted box appears around it. If I tap on the screen, it brings up a formatting box. So I am able to make this in bold text if I want to. I can change that original default color to another color. I can also bring up a soft keyboard if I want to. If I'm standing at the LED panel, it's handy to have this. If you're sitting at your computer, you'd obviously just use the keyboard that you have, and you can just type anything on the screen. When you hit the little select arrow here, it will close down that box. If I tap on that word now, once again, if I want to, I can make this bigger or smaller by pulling on those circles. I can distort it by pulling on that as well, and I can also rotate things around. If I want to repeat the same word, I can just drag out as many of those. As long as that box stays highlighted, I can drag out as many of those words as I want. With the little edit menu that's here, you also have the ability to edit that text. So if for some reason I wanted to make that a capital letter, I can come back and do that. If I select object, that will disappear. I also have the ability to read this aloud. If I click on that, it will actually read that for me. The other option that you have is handwriting recognition, and this is where you write freehand on the screen and it will format that word for you. If I click the A that's here, you'll see that I'm going to do this freehand. You can see that this is a little formatting box here. If that's what I want the word to be, I just hit this arrow and it automatically will change that for me. And once again, if you select it, you do have the ability to read that as well. And you can also replay any page that you want to as well. Thank you for viewing this tutorial. For further information, contact us at info@edis.com.au.